Hello and assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to another tutorial of object oriented programming. I am with you MD Shahjadur Ahmed, and today we are in lecture 6 and part 2. Till now in part 1 we have discussed about inheritance, type of inheritance, and superkeyword and use of superkeyword with three different scenarios, three different examples. And in part 2 we will discuss about interface in Java. So this is a new thing for us, so let us begin. Let us explore what should be the interface. So interface, an interface in Java is a blueprint of a class. So you can say it is a blueprint of a class. That means the interface in Java is a mechanism to achieve abstraction. So we actually to achieve abstraction we actually use the interface. So there can be only abstract method in the Java interface. So interface also can have methods, but it should be abstract method and cannot have a method body. So the method in interface does not have any bodies, so it is without any body. It is used to achieve abstraction and multiple inheritance in Java. So as we have learned from the previous slide, that multiple inheritance is actually not applicable or not allowed in Java, but we can do it by the help of interface. So Java interface also represent the is a relationship. So as we have seen, inheritance is also represent is a relationship as well as the interface. It cannot be initiated just like the abstract class, and it looks like a class but it is not a class. So please remember, interface looks like a class but actually it is not a class. It is actually a demonstration that what should be a class going of a particular package. So it will describe the abstraction part only and hide the details. An interface can have method and variable. So interface can have method and variable just like a class, but method declared in interface are by default abstract with no body. So as we said that it will by default become as abstract, and the variable declared in an interface are public, static, final by default. So we does not need to use this keyword when we are going to declare a variable inside the interface, but compiler by default will add these three keywords before a variable in the interface, as well as similar for the method. When we declare a method inside a interface, we does not need to call declared with the abstract keyword, rather than compiler will automatically add the abstract keyword before the interface method. So internal addition by the compiler, as we have talked about that the Java compiler add public and abstract keyword before the interface method, and moreover it adds public, static, and final keyword before the data member. In other words, interface field are public, static, and final by default, and the method are public and abstract by default. So as you can see, when we are going to declare an interface, we will declare by this way, like first of all we say interface and then interface name. First of all we can say the syntax, just the interface keyword and the interface name, and then the method, and then by default the method, and then the data member. So this one is our name, portable, and then there is a member which is int type, and mean equal to 5, and there is a method which is void type, and it is print. But as you can see, after print there is no third braces, as interface does not have any method body. So it is actually after the method we use the semicolon. So when we declare a interface like this, it will converted by the compiler, or the compiler is actually read the interface like this one. So you add the public, static, and final three keywords before the data member, and adds public, abstract two keywords before all the methods in the interface. So we does not need to add this one. It will be automatically converted by the compiler, or we actually does not see this one as well. So just we need to declare a data member as normal as we do, and the method without a body. So there is another important thing that when we represent the interface in UML, to represent interface in UML class diagram, we need to use a dotted line followed by unfilled array. So as you can see that straight dotted line and followed by an unfilled array. So this symbol is actually used to represent interface when we are dealing with UML class diagram. So now relationship between classes and interface, as shown in the figure below. A class extend another class. We have seen that a child class extend the parent class, and also a class can implement and an interface extend another interface. So an interface also can extend another interface with the extend keyword. And when we are actually going to implement the interface, when we are going to execute interface in code, we need to use a keyword which is implements. So implements keyword is actually used to execute interface in Java code, as exactly like we have used extend to execute the inheritance in Java code. So extend is used. So a class can implement interface, and a interface can also extend an interface. So but a class implements an interface. Always a class will implement an interface. So as you can see, there is an example of interface. So first of all, we have declared an interface like my interface, and there are two methods, method 1 and method 2 without any body. As we can see that a method of a interface will not have any bodies. And you can see there is a class which is a demo class. Demo class will implements we need to use implements here to execute an interface. Implements my interface. So which class going to implement the interface have to implement all those method in the interface as well. So as you can see, there are two methods, method 1, method 2. So it need to be implemented in the demo class, because demo class is actually saying that it will implement the interface. That means it will implement all those method in the interface. So there are two method in the interface, and it's also called, we have learned the concept override. So actually when a class going to implement an interface, then it need to override all those methods in the interface. So there are two methods. So a demo class will implement those two methods. So first of all, it is implementing the method 1. So it is saying that implementation of method 1, there is only one statement inside the method, and after that it is implementing the method 2. So when it is implementing method 2, the condition is fulfilled. So now before implementing those two methods, you can see when we are doing a code, you can see that there is a under red mark in the class name. Like now the class name is demo, so there is a red mark in the demo. But when we complete the implementing all those methods inside the interface, the underline or the red line will remove from the demo class. So it is actually called overriding. So as we know that in overriding, we cannot change the return type and we cannot change the argument type. So here the method 1 also having return type of void and 0 argument, here is as well, and method 2 also having method return type of void and with 0 argument, and method 2 is doing as well. So it is called actually override. So demo class is actually overriding all those methods in the interface. So now we just creating an object, and from the object we are calling those two methods. So first of all, it will display the statement of method 1, and it will implement of method implementation of method 1, and then it will display the statement of method 2, and which is implementation of method 2. That's how actually interface works. So we have also going to practice in our next lab class, so you will understand overall concept as well. So multiple inheritance in Java by interface. So if a class implements multiple inheritance or an interface extend a multiple inheritance, it is known as multiple inheritance. Sorry, if a class implement multiple interface or a interface extend multiple interface, it is known as multiple inheritance. So as you can see from the figure that a class is implementing two interface, so there is a multiple interface scenario, and again a interface is extending multiple interface, so there is also a multiple interface scenario. So we can call multiple interface in two scenarios: when a single class implementing two different interface, and when a interface extending two different interface. So this particular cases we call that it is actually multiple interface. So now let us see an example of multiple interface. So implement in multiple interface separate by with a comma. So actually when we are going to implement multiple interface, it should be separated by a comma. As you can see, there are two interface, first interface and the second interface, and first interface having a method without a body called my method, and second interface also having a method called my other method. And then we have a class which is demo class, and demo class implementing multiple interface altogether. First of all first interface and then second interface. So we can do it in a single line. So we just need to say that class demo implements first interface and then separated by comma. We need to use this comma, and then we can mention the second interface. So it will altogether in a single line it will implement two different interface. So as the demo class is implementing two different interface, so the condition is similar. It need to implement all the method of the first interface and also all the method in second interface. So there are two methods. So first of all it is implementing the method of first interface, this one my method, and then there is a statement like some text, and then it is implementing or overriding, as we said that it should override the method in interface. So it is overriding the method in the second interface, which is my other interface, and there is some statement as well like some other text. So when we create an object and call those two methods from using the reference variable, first of all it will display some text, and then it will display some other text from the second method of demo class and from the implementation of method of the second interface. Some other text. So that's how actually multiple interface works, and that's how actually interface is actually works. So overall I guess you guys understand how interface is useful in Java coding. So that's how actually interface used. So let us see some important notes from overall this tutorial. So multiple inheritance is not supported through class in Java, as we discussed in our previous tutorial, but it is possible to have multiple interface. So multiple interface is allowed, as we have seen. Interface method does not have any body. The body is provided by the implemented classes. So from the previous example also we have seen that actually multiple method does not have any body, but the method of a interface is actually implemented by the class that implements the interface. The implementation of interface, you must override all the methods. So we have to override all the methods of interface in case of implementing the interface. An interface cannot contain a constructor. So interface cannot have any constructor. Interface has used to achieve security, hide certain detail, and only show the important detail of an object. So it is also a case of abstraction. So interface helps a Java code to hide certain details and also achieve security. So That's how actually interface works. So hopefully after watching this tutorial you will able to use interface in your Java code, and as well as you can able to use interface in using to create a UML class diagram. So that's all from this side. We'll meet again inshallah in our next tutorial. Till then everyone, stay safe, stay home. Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum.